Hello and welcome. In this video, we'll discuss image representation and descriptor for object recognition. Here we'll discuss chain code in detail. In a real world, we human performs object recognition very easily and instantaneously. Like in a scene, we can easily recognize a tree, car or different objects. But to implement this object recognition by machine, we need to develop an algorithm. These are some basic steps in object recognition. First, acquire an image, then process this image like different operation of image enhancement to get good quality of image. After that, we are doing segmentation. Segmentation divides the image into different segments. Some segment may correspond to the image object or some segments may correspond to the background of the image. After segmentation, generally we are doing morphological operation to regularize the image. Means some different object may get connected by line due to some noise, or on an object there are some noisy pixels. To remove that or to regularize the image, we are doing morphological operation. And the fourth step which we are discussing in this video is the representation and description. For classification or recognition of the object, we need to represent the objects, and this representation we are using to describe the object. After description, the machine will compare this description with the pre-stored description or in a data set, and when it matches, machine can recognize the object. So this representation and description is the main part in image or object recognition. Image representation and description techniques are classified into two categories: boundary based, or we can call it as external characteristics. When we are interested in the shape of the object, we are referring boundary based representation technique. And the another technique is a region based, and we can call it as internal characteristics. When we are interested in a surface reflectant property such as color, structure, we are referring region based representation. And from this representation, description also boundary based and region based description. In this video, we are discussing one of the boundary based technique, that is a chain code. Chain code. Chain code is a boundary-based representation scheme. Chain code is a set of distinct boundary points on an object contour. How to represent these distinct boundary points on an object contour? The coordinates of any continuous boundary of an object can be represented as a string of numbers, where each number represents a particular direction in which the next point on the connected line is present. One point is taken as a reference point or starting point, and on a plotting the points generated from a chain, the original figure can be redrawn. Chain code is a lossless compression technique used for representation of an object in the image. Thus, chain code is nothing but representing the boundary of the object by a string of numbers, where each number represents the direction where the next pixel is there on the boundary. It is also called a lossless compression because instead of representing the boundary pixel's coordinate, we are representing it in a number, numerical string of a number. That's why it is a lossless compression technique also. Now the direction which is used for coding the numbers are the 4 connectivity and 8 connectivity, and the numbers are in anti-clockwise 0, 1, 2, 3. In 8 connectivity it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in 8 connectivity numbers varies from 0 to 7, and in 4 connectivity it varies from 0 to 3. Generally, 8 connectivity is preferred because it is close to the human eye, and we can consider the direction, the 8 different direction. Here only 4 different direction can be considered. So let us start with the example. These are the district boundary points given. Now, if we represent this boundary point with the sequence of moves where we can use the directions according to the 8 connectivity between 0 to 7. If we start from here, the next move is like this, next move, next move. According to the direction, we can represent these moves in the numerical form. But the problem here is if we start the chain code with this original district boundary, the chain code will become too long. And one more point is noise may present in this original boundary. So instead of obtaining the chain code from the original boundary, we resample the boundary points by placing the grids here. So these grids are superimposed on a boundary point. So we have these grids superimposed on a boundary point. Now we can assign the boundary points to one of the grid locations. While assigning the boundary points to the grid location, the grid points approximately represent the boundary points. So like this, we can assign the boundary points to the grid locations. So these boundary points are assigned to the one of the grid locations. Like this, we'll assign the boundary points to the nearest grid point. So you can see here, these grid points represent the nearest boundary points. Like this, we are assigning all the district boundary points to the nearest grid point. Now we can use the 8 connectivity to represent these grid points by a chain code. Now we'll start here. So this is the directions. These directions we are representing by the numerical numbers, and the numerical numbers we are considering from the 8 connectivity. So instead of considering the original district boundary points, we assigned the grid points to these boundary points so that our length of the chain code will be reduced, and we can avoid the noise also. How we can avoid the noise, we'll see later. Now here we are using 8 connectivity, and these are the numbers which are assigned according to the direction. Now here direction from this point to this point represent by number 0. Now this direction represented by number 7. Like this direction represent number 6. Then this direction is represented by number 3, 4, 5, 3, 1, 2 and 1. So according to the 8 connectivity, each number represents the direction of the next point, and the start point we are selected randomly. So what is your chain code? 07666345312 So this is your chain code. For same boundary, we can obtain the chain code by 4 connectivity also. Only here only 4 directions are there. Your number will range between 0, 1, 2, 3 only. Now here instead of diagonal we need more grid points because we have only 4 direction. Diagonal direction we cannot consider. So we have to increase the grid points where there is a diagonal move. So same start point, your directions. We cannot consider the diagonal direction. So your direction or moves is like this. Then same technique to move from start point to the next point. The direction is represented by number 0. Then next also 0. The downward direction is represented by number 3. Like this, the move from point to the next point we are representing by the connectivity which we are referring, whether it is 4-point or 8-point connectivity. So this is our chain code by 4 connectivity. So here, to obtain a chain code, instead of from original district boundary point, we resampled it by assigning a grid points. So advantage of resample of original contour. This is our original district point contour. First advantage is it reduces the length of the chain code. Instead of taking all the points, these points we can assign to the grid points. One more advantage is we may get different chain code from original boundary due to discretization process or due to noise. What this mean? Let's take any points, subsequent points from this chain code. This is some subsequent points from this chain code. Now, the direction for this one is this direction by 8 connectivity. What is the code? 0, 0 and 7. Now due to noise or some discretization process while obtaining the district boundary, some noise get introduced. Means this point is shifted slightly at a upper side while discretization or due to noise, whatever is the reason. So what will the chain code? Now this is the direction. According to the 8 connectivity, this is represented by 1, then this is by 7, 1, 7, 7. Now check the original chain code, and the obtained chain code is totally different from the original chain code. So when we are considering the chain code from original boundary, there may be a lot of chances of this noise, and this get reduced when we are assigning the grid points, these points to the grid points, or we can say when we are resampling this contour. So this is the original chain code and this is a chain code obtained due to noise. One more advantage is resampling makes the chain code scale invariant. We can have same boundary represented by a different scale by varying the grid spacing. We can see the example. This original boundary, this is the some grid scaling, and we can change this grid scaling to represent the same boundary. Here we can say resampling makes the chain code scale invariant. We can have a same boundary represented by different scales by varying the grid spacing. Thus, the advantage of sampling a original district boundary by a grid points are it shorten the chain code length, then it avoids the noise due to discretization or maybe noise in the image, and third advantage is it makes the chain code scale invariant. So in this video we learn how to obtain a chain code from the district boundary point and how to resample it and how to obtain the resampled chain code, and this resampling makes the chain code scale invariant. Thank you.